I'm outside in an AMG, right outside, TT, two-turn baby girl, you know me.
Hey y'all, it's PoshKita here, and we're about to get into this super duper cute look. This is a halo cut crease with blonde brow combo, and it just came out so cute. So, hopping right into the video, I applied some clear lash glue to lay down my client's brow hairs off camera. As you can see, she does bleach her eyebrows. So bleached brows is her go-to aesthetic. So I just wanted to kind of like play up her look a little bit more than what she would do on a, normal day-to-day basis. And so yeah, once I applied that lash glue, brushed those brow hairs into place, then I went in with a highlight powder. It came from a contour and highlight palette, and I just tried to use the color that I felt like would look best on her. And I just used my angled brush and just packed that powder onto those brows, doing my best to keep them looking as pigmented as possible. So right there's a pro tip. I took my angled brush, I turned it vertical and flush up against her skin, and I just kind of stamped little lines in the front of the brow to make it look um like brow hairs that are standing straight up in the front of the brow. It just makes them look really nice and natural. And yes, I took my time with this part. I really did, y'all. I took my time. Really did my best to try to like pack as much color onto that brow. And you'll see throughout the video that I'm just going to continuously reapply the powder to keep that eye popping and make sure that it doesn't get lost in the sauce. So next we are carving out the brow just to give it a little bit more definition and give it a more crisp shape. And so I was trying to be so careful with this part because the brows are so light and you just don't want to get no concealer on it, or it's just gonna mess up the whole brow and you may have to start all over, especially with, if your client is my client's skin tone are darker. So yes, y'all, take your time. So once I go ahead and carve out the brow, I start to apply the concealer all over the lid, and I use it as my eyeshadow base. And that concealer that I'm using, y'all, is the Tarte Shape Tape. Now, mind you, I am not a fan of the Tarte Shape Tape. However, I do very much so like it for using it as my shadow base because it is matte, and it really helps to kind of grip the shadows onto the lid. I am not a fan of putting it under the eye. It does crease, it does flake, it just looks crazy, y'all. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, but yeah, Tarte Shape Tape is just trash to me if you're using it outside of like the eyeshadow base, but that's just me. So then right there, just to give her brow bone a little bit of highlight and lift that brow and create a sexier arch, I went in with a lighter concealer just to help it pop a little bit more, and I put that right in the arch of the brow. This is a trick you can do if you ever feel like, my client's arches just look so flat, what can I do? To give it a little oomph, throw a lighter concealer right up under that arch and do that, y'all. That's a little tip. And go ahead and blend that out. That's that Real Techniques concealer blender brush. And then I did accidentally forget to press record for when I clean up the top of that brow, but I do leave a clip in so you guys can see how I do it on the other brow. But right there, I was just blending out that concealer. And once again, as I told y'all, I'm going back in with that palette. Y'all see that palette? And I'm using the lightest shade, and I'm packing on that powder so that we can make sure this brow pops. We need it to pop. It can't get lost in the sauce. Like, the whole point of this is just to pop our shit. And yeah, we're about to do that for sure. This look took me a little while, y'all. Like, I haven't been consistent in the game like how I used to. So, girl, he was taking a little moment. But yeah, I'm just like so into making sure my work is just as seamless as I can get it. And my goal is always to do better than what I did yesterday. And as long as I do that, I be proud of myself. So if you're a makeup artist, like, be proud of yourself. Don't be in competition with other people doing the same thing as you. Just be, you know, be in competition with yourself. Be a better makeup artist than what you were the day before or the week before. Like, just always push yourself to go back harder and harder. So right there, I am carving out the top of the brow, and I'm using a concealer by Nicka K. And it is a concealer brand that you can get at your local beauty supply store. That concealer is amazing, and it's affordable. It's a hydrating concealer, and it's super duper full coverage. When I tell you, it comes in the most beautiful shades. It's just so amazing. And I believe that's in the color 9. I can't remember the exact name of the shade, but I know it's in number 9. And that one matched her skin tone the most. And once again, blend that out, y'all. You don't want to leave no lines of demarcation. Oh my God, I'm like bad at saying that word, but y'all know what I mean. So now we're going right in with our shadow. So right there, I am applying the transition shade, and I am using the, I think it was a Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. And it was something like, it was like a nudes or neutral palette. I'll link it in the description box. But yeah, I use my 3 infamous shades from that palette. They always create the best transition as well as crease combo for me. And I can use that with multiple looks. So it's just like my go-to. And right here, I normally believe in patting or tapping the color onto the lid. But for some reason today, that moment, I was able to kind of do my little windshield wiper circular motions to kind of like buff that shadow onto her lid. But normally I really do like to kind of pat and press my shadows. That way I have more control of where they land. But I guess that day I was just feeling myself, like got my little swirl and swipe on. But yeah, y'all comment in the comment section, do you guys prefer to pat your shadows on, or do you like to do windshield wiper movements, or do you like to do little circles? Like, how do you like to buff your shadows into the shadow base? So yeah, y'all, it takes me a little while to just build up that intensity. And so yeah, come on girl, come back to the screen. But yes, y'all, take your time when you're blending. Like I stated before, it's your client is always gonna appreciate looking their best versus you rushing. Every now and then you'll get a client that's like, can you hurry up? Like, but for the most part, y'all, yeah, your client's gonna really, really appreciate you taking your time to make sure they look flawless. So now I'm going in with my medium shade from that palette just to give that crease a little bit more depth and give it a really seamless transition, y'all, because the transition is what makes or breaks the look. Like, if you're not getting your transition right and your crease color and stuff like that, it's just gonna look like a muddy mess, and I don't like it. So right there, I'm just adding my darkest shade from that same palette. Once again, it'll be listed in the description box, and I'm putting that right in the outer corner and just really buffing that in and building up the intensity of it so that it continues to look seamless and flawless. Y'all already know. So yes, y'all. And then right there, I hop right into the cut crease. Now, I really gotta work on positioning my camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. So don't be mad at me. I'm gonna work on that. I'm kind of new to this, client tutorial stuff. So yeah. But yeah, so once I do the cut crease, you have to blend out that shadow so that it lays really smooth, and when you put your shadows on top, it's not going on anything chunky and funky. So once I do that, then I just kind of close in that halo eye, and I'm using the medium shade that we used in the crease to kind of close it in. And when I'm applying that shadow, my goal is to apply it at an angle so that it creates like this cone shape on the eye, and it just looks so pretty. So you're gonna do that in the inner and the outer corners. See that cone kind of like forming on her eye? We want that. Take y'all's time. And as you can see, I'm holding my client's forehead and I'm lifting up her brow. That kind of helps to stretch the eyelid so that you can be sure that the shadow isn't just packing on, and missing certain areas of the eye because it's not stretched. But right there, I'm going back in with the darkest shade and that palette, and we're adding it to the outer corners, and then we're also going to add it to the inner corner. That gives it some dimension, and that's what creates our halo eye. There's me looking at the camera like, is my hair in the way? I promise y'all, I'm gonna wear some different hair when I film these tutorials, because I really want y'all to see. I'm gonna get better. Y'all just hang tight, just sit tight. But yes, y'all, stretch that skin so you can really get in those nooks and crannies. Next, right there, I am applying my NYX glitter glue. That is a holy grail for me. That works like, I don't see myself ever switching unless they stop making it. Like, it just works. It grips that glitter, it keeps it in place, it doesn't crack or crease or move. It's just perfect. So I use a concealer brush to apply that, so that way I can get it exactly where I need it, and I bring it all the way down that cone shape that I left open. And then next we're going in with this really pretty shimmer pigment. It's so pretty. It's like a really light gold color, and it's from Jaclyn. I don't know if y'all know Beats by Deb, but I believe that's her cosmetic line. And when I tell you, this is a staple, like, I use this shimmer pigment in so many looks because it's so beautiful. Like, if you don't have this in your kit, you need to go buy it now, because it's a great shimmer for weddings as well, and it just gives a really pretty pop. And it's perfect for girls who are kind of like, I'm not too crazy about glitter, but I do like shimmer. This is going to help give the look a pop, okay? So we are just taking our time and really, really patting that into that glitter glue. Pat, don't swipe. And then next we're going in with our clear lash glue, and that's what I like to use to apply my chunky glitter. Now that chunky glitter I got from Amazon and came in like a pack of 12 or something like that. And so put that dead in the center, and then we hook that wing liner up. I believe that liner is the Milani liquid liner, and I love it. Like, when I tell you I love that liner, it's one of my favorites. I could always count on it because I really, really like a flexible liner brush. I don't like the felt ones that don't move. I feel like I just be messing up the liners, so I like something that's more like a brush. And yeah, y'all, I prefer to have a flexible liner brush, and Milani gets me. And it's affordable, y'all. Like, you don't always have to be super duper high end to the point where you're just wasting money. There's good stuff that's high end, there's good stuff that's drugstore. You just gotta try stuff. And there I am applying that mascara, and then her lash. Boom. Make sure you guys apply the lash when the lash glue is really, really sticky. Like, the lash glue that I use, it's really funny. I got it in Miami, and it was from a hair store, and it looks like a hair glue container. It's so crazy how beauty companies market to black women. But anyway, it looks like it's like a hair glue, but it's actually lash glue. And when I tell you that thing stays on, like, that thing grips them lashes. I'm gonna put it in the description box. I'm really hoping that I can find it myself, even if I have to order it online. I've never seen that brand here in Denver, Colorado, so I don't know. I might have to check out more beauty supplies, but I don't know. I need that lash glue. Right there, I am just using that clear lash glue adhesive to put a cute little rhinestone heart on her eyebrow. I just thought it would be a really cute embellishment. And girl, I've been using the end of that brush to apply rhinestones for a long time. I don't know why I don't get a little rhinestone picker upper. I need to get my life together because it takes so long trying to like get the rhinestone on the end of that brush. It's so ghetto, but y'all go to Amazon or go to your nearest nail supply and get an actual rhinestone picker upper thingy. I don't like the wax sticks because they just don't work for me. Like the white pencils, they just don't work for me. But yeah, there I am again reapplying that powder to the brow, because I done told y'all we is not getting these brows lost in the sauce. Okay, they're already super light. I did go ahead and apply her foundation. We used the Too Faced 24-hour matte foundation. I love that foundation. I plan on stocking up in all the shades because it just lays on the skin so beautifully. It's like a comfortable matte. And then I go in with that Nicka K concealer, hydrating concealer. And I believe I used the shade 7 on her. They do have names, but I can't think of them right now. I think it was like Acorn. Yeah, I think number 7 in that brand is Acorn. And so I just use that to kind of highlight her face. I like it lighter than her skin, but not too bright. And then I do really, really like to brighten up her under eyes with a lighter concealer just right in the inner corners. I think I forgot to record that part. And I believe I used the shade 2 on her in that Nicka K hydrating concealer just to brighten up those inner corners. It just looks really nice. So I always use my foundation brush. Whatever I use to apply the foundation, I use that to blend out the edges of the concealer. so that the foundation and the concealer mesh together seamlessly, flawlessly. Okay, and then I switch brushes. I go in with that concealer blending brush from Real Techniques, and I just and I just try to be really gentle so that I'm not moving the product all around, like just kind of like buffing it out across the face, underneath the eyes and all that. And yeah, once we're all blended, I go in with the Anastasia banana powder, setting powder. When I tell you guys, this powder is the go. I don't think I've used the powder that was formulated like this. Like, I don't know how to describe it. When I set my concealers with this powder, it just looks so soft and airbrushed and smooth. Like, it just behooves me. Like, it just be looking so good, y'all. Like, and you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot at all. You just kind of set it. Make sure you get all the areas so that, you know, when she looks down or whatever, she don't crease. But yeah, once I set it, it don't move. Like, it's wild. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. So yes, y'all, I really would like to get back into baking, at least the nostrils. And I would like to get back to using my beauty blenders as well. Do y'all like beauty blenders or do you like brushes? I don't know. I like both. It just depends on my mood. I'm so random. And then right there, y'all, I'm just taking the darkest shade from that palette I was using and just kind of smudging her lash line just to give her a more smoked feel. I wanted her eyes to pop out a little bit more. And so, yeah, I decided to smoke out the bottom. And then I go in with that medium shade that I had used for her crease and just blend out the lower, like blend out the darker shade that I applied on the lash line. That just helps to give it a really pretty smoky look. I'm gonna have to definitely work on getting closer so y'all can see. Don't beat me up, y'all. But do y'all see that really pretty smoke it's giving underneath the eye? So cute. And then I did go ahead and apply some liner. Another thing I want to get back into is tight lining. Like, that literally makes the eye pop. And what that is, of course, you see how I'm applying the liner to the lash line at the bottom, but also going back through and applying the liner to the upper lash line, kind of underneath the lashes, if that makes sense, because that really completes the look. Like, I think I've been doing makeup so long, I just be cutting corners. But really, when you guys take your time and you do all the steps, you can get a really flawless look. And there I am putting some mascara on the bottom lashes, just priming those because we are going to be applying our bottom lashes as well. So cute. Me and her was having so much fun. She was great energy. Great energy. So I just kind of wiggle my brush back and forth. Make sure you kind of like hit those falsies so that they don't look dusty. Sometimes certain lashes just look dusty, even if you didn't get shadow on them. I don't know why. There I am trying to figure out where I'm putting these bottom lashes. Oh my God. I use the individual ones. And I was struggling. Like, thank God she was so sweet and patient with me, because I'm just like, well, they need to be even, and it was a whole ordeal. So I kind of wanted to edit this makeup tutorial in real time so that you guys can see what really goes on behind the scenes, because everything is just not like, boom, I did it right the first time and it was perfect and then da 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 and it only took me 30 minutes. Like, no. A lot of clients are people who don't wear makeup be thinking people be getting these makeup looks done in 15-20 minutes, and it's really because the artist has edited and cut out certain parts that, you know, didn't serve the tutorial. So they just like chop them down, edit them, and make them super quick. But that doesn't mean the look took 30 minutes. Mind you, as I stated before, I've just been out of the game for a little while. And whenever I take a little break, like, I just get slow. Like, you know, because when you're just doing makeup all the time, back to back to back to back to back, you just be like, you know your rhythm. Like, you know what's next. You're moving. Sorry, y'all, hair in the way. But when you take a break, you just like, well, what do I do? How do I make that look good? Oh, I remember that tip and da-da-da-da. Like, it's crazy. So yeah, y'all, putting these bottom lashes on took a while. I kept asking her, like, are they, what is it? I wasn't sure if I was feeling it. Like, y'all ever been doing somebody's makeup and you just like, I don't know where this is going. Like, did it take a turn for the worse or what? Like, I'm just like that, y'all. Sometimes I be doing too much. I'm extra, y'all. I'm a high glam queen, okay? Like, I'm trying to, like, when I do your makeup, when you come to PoshKitaBeauty, y'all, like, I'm trying to make sure all eyes is on you. Wherever you're going, everybody's about to be drawn in, like, obsessed. Like, who is that girl? Whenever you book PoshKitaBeauty, that's the vibes I'm giving. So if you're more like, you know, modest, you like more natural makeup, you're not trying to do all that, then I understand, baby. Because don't come to PoshKitaBeauty. Come out, PoshKitaBeauty gonna get you, we're gonna get you seen, okay? We popping our shit, okay? At PoshKitaBeauty. So I'm your high glam, fairy glam mother. And I'm gonna get you right. Like, I'm high glam queen. But there we are, bronzing her face. I'm using my favorite bronzing palette. That's the Juvia's bronze palette, and I believe that's in the shade dark. And I like to use that top color. As you can see, I already hit the pan. And then to contour her face, I like to go in with the next shade down and the Juvia's bronze palette. And I believe that's the deep dark palette. And I like to use that top shade to contour. You see how it just warms up her face, gives her more depth. And she just looks so pretty. Like, look, she's starting to feel it. She's like, okay, it's coming together. And then I go right into contouring that nose. I use the top shade of that deep dark Juvia's Place bronze palette with a fluffy brush. You guys, I need to stop being lazy and get back into my cream contouring. Like, I need to be snatching these noses again. I do like a really natural snatch nose, but here lately, like, I feel like I want to take my artistry to the next level and just really, really snatch these noses. Like, I'm talking nose job. Like I said, when you come to PoshKitaBeauty, we is not about to look how we came in, baby. Not that there's anything wrong with how you came in. We about to do it up times 10. So, but yeah, once I contour her nose, I relay that Anastasia banana powder down the side. Now, I used a brush, and I feel like the powder just kind of got everywhere. So I would recommend you use a sponge like you see the girls doing. That way you have more control and you can really snatch that nose. And yeah, because as you can see, like, it's ruining the whole contour of the nose, and I actually wind up going back to kind of like fix that. Don't remember if I did it on camera or off camera, but yeah. And then next thing we're doing, we are applying that blush. That's the blush palette from Juvia's Place, and I think that's the volume 1. I really love that orange shade. It goes well on everybody. Look how it just warms up her cheeks. And I'm the type of girl, like, I'm gonna put hella blush on you. Like, you're about to be blushed, okay? Because it just makes it look so pretty. Like, I like a overdone blush. Like, that's just me. I don't know. That's my artistry. Look, I love it. I'm like Erykah Badu. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Next, we're using my go-to highlight palette. That is a old Makeup Revolution highlight palette, and it still hits every time. I don't even think they sell it in the stores anymore. And the label has rubbed off. So these highlight palettes just be lasting me forever. It takes me so long to hit the pan, and so that's why it's so old. But it's an oldie, but it's a goodie. So right there, I'm just knocking off that excess powder from when we set her concealer. I'm just making sure there's no cakey buildup of that. Ooh, when she looks down, baby, it's giving. And then we're highlighting her cheeks. Now, I do want to mention towards the end of the tutorial, my camera overheated and shut off. And once it did that, I did go back through and apply rhinestones kind of where her inner tear duct are. As well as I kind of spread them close to the bridge of her nose, and you'll see in the videos where I place those. And I just apply my rhinestones like how I did on the brow, with the clear lash glue. So you just kind of dot it and then put your rhinestone. So I lined her lips with a I think it was just like a regular beauty supply store lip liner. Nothing special. I wasn't crazy about it anyway because it just didn't show up. If you guys have any lip liners that you really, really like that go on smooth, that are really pigmented, please let me know. I completely forgot that I did buy the Juvia's Place Cola, I believe, lip liner. But yeah, y'all. So once I lined the lips, I used this really pretty beauty supply store lip gloss. It was really, really pale, and it just wasn't meshing with the blonde brows. So as you can see, I'm really gonna get in there and blend that out. And because the lip liner didn't do what it needed to do. So I go back in with my NYX Butter Gloss. That's that really pretty chocolate shade listed in the description box. It just really enhances all lip liners. Like, I like to put it on top of wherever I put lip liner, and it just gives that really, really blended, smooth look. But yeah, y'all. Yeah. This is like super duper pretty. My hair is literally in the way. My bad, y'all. Like, don't shoot me up. We got more tutorials coming. I kind of wind up wiping away some of that, the really light lip gloss. And then I went back over with a clear lip gloss from the beauty supply store. Beauty supply store lip gloss hits every time. I don't care what nobody says. Like, I'm never gonna be too bougie to not use clear beauty supply lip gloss. And then I'm going in with a powder foundation, and it's just gonna help pop that contour out, so it's like a little bit lighter than her skin tone, and I just go right up underneath that contour and apply that. I dab whatever's left on my brush on her forehead so everything looks seamless. Look, she's feeling it, she's singing the song. And then I do it on the same side. This is my favorite part of the makeup, like when you just really snatch that contour. Ooh, it just looks so pretty. And I make sure to do that in every look, y'all. Boom, she's feeling it, okay? Make sure y'all blend that out, because sometimes it could just look a little bit too harsh. So pretty. So yeah, y'all, thank you so much for watching. We are going to get better with time. There's the finished product. Baby was giving. Make sure that you guys head on over to all my social medias. They'll be linked in the description box. Follow. And I will see y'all really, really soon. Let me know what y'all rate these brows. Would y'all do the blonde brows? I think it's cute. I do it. She makes it look so hot. Like, but yeah, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. God bless. Love y'all.